What is going on, guys? This is the Marvelite podcast, and today Michael is hosting it. That's myself, and we are talking some very great things. Here with me today, we have Nick.
Yeah, what's up, guys? Regular co-host on Marvelite now. Like, I've gotten 20 episodes under my belt on the show.
Nice. Congratulations.
Also, we have here is Luke.
Yo, what it do, ski?
Hey. And also, lastly, to wrap it up, we have Will.
Professor X takes it no lube, straight dry.
Okay, now we're moving on, guys. So, apart from X-Men, there was some other Marvel news. This is more on the online area with... Oh, no, actually, that's the other controversy. This is with Captain America, and that, I believe it was issue 1, correct?
Yeah.
Also, this will be spoilers as well.
Yeah.
Okay, this is
a comic.
Again, this is a comic. This is spoilers regarding... was it Steve Rogers issue 1?
Yeah.
Yes.
Steve Rogers issue
Steve
1.
Martin.
You've probably heard it. Some big news outlets are talking about it. It's pretty much at the end of the issue, Captain America, it's him saying, "Hail Hydra." Guys.
Okay.
Yeah, and also, I just want to comment, too, by people who think, oh, this is like a mind wipe type of thing. No, the writer has actually come out in Entertainment Weekly. They interviewed him, and he said that this is 100% Steve Rogers. There's no gimmicks here.
The whole entire time.
Yeah.
Whatever, man.
He confirmed it, I think, on Twitter, too.
Yeah, it seems this thing blew up on Twitter. Even Chris Evans has kind of gotten in on it, and he's just like, "Oh no, why would you do that?" You know, it goes against, the 75 plus years of history with this character.
Mm-hmm. Which it's his 75th anniversary, isn't it? Coming up.
Yeah,
I believe so. Yeah. And you're going against, and there are some YouTubers out there who are saying "Oh no, it's a fresh new idea. It's a way to switch things up without him being boring." And it's like, no, I completely disagree with that. Actually, there's no actual reason for this to happen. Why is he saying "Hail Hydra"? Who knows? We won't know until the next issue or the issue after that or the issue after that. Hell, they may not explain it until 12 issues later. That may be the end of it. We may not actually go back to this until way later. They like to do that just to keep us interested and think, oh no, when are they going to reveal what that was? Sometimes maybe it will be next issue. Maybe it'll be 12 issues from now. We have no idea. Either way, I personally don't like it. I don't know, in the context, I don't know why he's saying Hail Hydra. Mm-hmm. Who knows? I don't know. Will, what do you think about that?
I downloaded the issue. I haven't read it yet, but I've seen a lot of. Have been watching the controversy, and I'll comment about the other one when we get to it. But I understand why they're doing it, because they know time-wise it'll get a rise out of people, and it'll trend. Is probably one of the biggest reasons is that they want to do it. It just doesn't fit to me. From what I know of the character, I get you want to change up the status quo, but I'm like, wasn't that the point of making Sam Wilson the new Captain America? That's what changed the status quo. And now they're bringing back Steve as Cap. It's like, okay, well, we're going to switch it. And here's the thing, Steve. It already was interesting because in Sam Cap, him and Steve were on opposition. They were both fighting for good, but for one was more conservative and one was a little bit more liberal with their methods. You could have stuck with that. I don't think going full Hydra it just seems kind of out of character. It was just kind of a random move, but I guess we'll see. I'm not making a bunch of judgments about it now.
Well, Nick Spencer is a liberal, so that's probably why he wrote Cap as a conservative, because he doesn't get him.
Yeah, I mean,
pretty much.
Also, can we not send death threats to Nick Spencer over the character? I understand that a lot of Jewish fans are
guys, no death threats, please.
Yeah, a lot of Jewish fans are actually taking up against this, which I can understand why. Rightfully so, when you have the man who stood for patriotism and freedom and equality for all people is suddenly going, I'm part of the super Nazi friends and company. That wouldn't sit too well with me either.
I wonder if this controversy is going to change the way that they write this arc wherever it's going. I wonder if either Nick himself or if Marvel is going to take a step back and say, okay, let us rethink what we're going to do with this story here. Because
that'd be interesting.
Well, first off, we don't know why. There's so many speculations as to why Steve just said that at the end of this issue. Nobody knows. We'll just have to wait and see. I'm hoping what it is, it's just kind of a ruse.
Yeah.
I know that Nick himself said it's not, but he could just be saying that just to cause more, more of a stir up.
People do
I
lie.
hope that's honestly what it is. If it's not, if Steve actually ends up being Hydra, I swear to God they better change. Like, they better change.
Well,
that.
they are.
Oh,
I mean, we
they
have
will-
Marvel relaunch. And
Oh yeah, we do have to talk about that. But well, Nick, did you?
But
get
yeah,
your
like,
thoughts
on-
it?
on-
Nick and Michael.
Nick, you want to go
Oh,
first?
I was just gonna I will say mine quickly, but I think this is a really dumb decision, and I don't think that Steve Rogers in general has been really good since like Brubaker left in like 2011, and then what else? Oh yeah, I don't know. Like, to me, I just don't see how fans of the character can defend this change. Like, for what you were saying, how like, oh, it's an interesting twist or whatever. Like, it's almost like you reveal Batman had Joe Chill's, like, Batman paid Joe Chill to kill his parents or something like that. It's just so
Actually,
stupid like that. It's like,
That's one of the memes that's going around. Is it has the one of Cap, but one of them was Batman saying, "I killed my own parents." So
And the plot thickens.
yeah, the plot thickens. What about you, Mike?
But yeah, like, I honestly think with just give my quick thoughts on this. I'm not the biggest fan of it. Like, it doesn't make too much sense to me. Only thing I can see from this is boost in sales. I mean, it's all over Twitter. It's got even on the news, on main media. So I think people may make it onto the comic now because of this. Might be interested. Other than that, though, I'm not really with Cap saying "Hail Hydra" and possibly being a super Nazi.
Yeah, it's gonna. I'm not really with it either, but it is gonna skyrocket sales, kind of like when Black Panther dropped a couple weeks before Civil War came out. That one shot up, and I think that was I think it sold out actually.
Exactly, and this wasn't the only piece of controversial topics regarding Cap this week.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Will, you want to explain to the people what's been happening?
All right, then,
with Cap?
as the resident member of Hydra,
Quickly.
who actually is on Tumblr and does see and has been known about this for a while until it somehow managed to break out into the mainstream. There is a hashtag going around that I saw on Instagram, of all places, was the first place I saw it, saying hashtag give Cap a boyfriend, but specifically there are shippers of Cap and Bucky.
And Bucky.
What-
Yeah.
Do you want me to give my thoughts on it, and then we'll just circle around?
Sure.
Yeah, quick.
Okay, so I know about shippers. I know how they work and everything. Hell, I have had a couple ships. I used to ship Olicity before that went to the fucking toilet. But but I'm not, like, extreme with it. I'm not crazy, and I do follow, like, if there's lore, I do value, like, storytelling over my personal opinion of intercharacter fictional relationships. My thing is, now Luke's probably going to disagree with me, but I don't really care if what Cap's sexual orientation is, but if they do pick for him to be with a man at some point, gay, bi, pan, whatever the fuck, I don't think it should be Bucky. It just doesn't make sense. Like, coming from someone who has had friends who he will stick up for, like, to the end, that I consider, like, family members, that's the extent of it, is that I see them like family. And even though I've had teachers joke, like, one of my best friends is a white dude. We got called Ebony and Ivory in high school. And we would joke, we're like, yeah, we're a little married, but at the end of the day, we're still best friends. I feel like that's the relationship that Steve and Bucky has. So, like, even if Steve were to get with a man, I think his with Bucky is very much more of a sibling type relationship where they stick up for each other and they respect one another. I don't care if he gets with a guy. I really don't. But that's based off my limited knowledge of the character. But I'm like, yeah, it'd be a change that you could have. It's like, oh, Cap finally feels comfortable with himself. Maybe he's bi. But I don't think if he had to pick someone, he'd pick Bucky. Maybe he'd find, like, a nice patriotic boy who's, like, fresh out the army. Because Cap likes him young. He's a Redenbacher. He's a saber-toothed tiger. You got cougars on one side and saber-tooths on the other side.
Also,
Luke, what are your thoughts?
I just wanted to clarify too. I think this is for just the movies, right? Or
yeah, I believe this was that's what people wanted.
Yeah,
for the
it's
film
probably
universe.
never going to be a comic thing because, spoiler, Nick, people don't really care about the
I mean,
comics.
people have been talking
could
about
you?
it on Tumblr for, like, on and off for years. They're like, oh, yeah, it'd be nice to see Cap shack up with the dude. I'm like, all right, whatever. I mean, everyone's allowed to have their own personal headcanon.
Because people are saying, "Oh, I saw." I breezed over it on Twitter, like some of the people's arguments. They're saying how, like, one of them was, "Oh, instead of forcing him and Sharon, just have him and Bucky. They've been together for for this long, you know?
Actually, my argument against this whole situation, and we were talking in a group conversation once about it, and I'm like, instead of making Cap gay, why not bring one of your other gay characters to the forefront? Because Marvel certainly has them. You have Hulkling, you have Wiccan. The best example would be America Chavez, who is an American-themed superhero who is in a relationship with my girl from The Runaways, the one which I'm blanking on her name right now. But she's American themed. She has
Monica Rambeau?
No, America Chavez and the witch from A-Force. She was in Runaways. Not Monica Rambeau. Monica's straight, I think. But yeah, I'm just like, bring her to the forefront. She's on A-Force. She's on Ultimates. You know, she's American themed. She can punch super hard. She can lift. She can travel between dimensions. She's certainly a very interesting character, and you can definitely do something with the storytelling of someone of Latina descent as an American hero who also happens to be gay. That's something you could certainly do with over Cap, who is Cap and has had Cap ideals for over 75 years.
Yeah, and that's the point.
Yeah,
Well,
Luke,
yeah,
what's
that's
your,
the point I was gonna. Yeah, I mean, we kind of talked about this before we started recording, and I'm just gonna say right now, before I even give my thoughts, please, nobody in the comments send me death threats, for the love of God.
Please don't.
Please don't. Just don't.
Nothing but love and respect.
It's fine.
Here.
It's fine it's fine if you want to debate me on it. But here are my
TMZ
thoughts.
is going to be at your door when you go to Tim Hortons.
Yeah, I know. No kidding. Before you
Hortons
start
hates
screaming,
gays.
before you start screaming, I'm a sexist or misogynist or a bigot or a racist. Just stop. Please, just stop. Okay, these are my thoughts. I love Captain America. I love him as a character. He is one of my favorite superheroes in the comic books and in the movies.
Yeah, Chris Evans, yeah.
The entire history of this character has been completely and 100% heterosexual. I don't think that it is a wise decision to just change a character's orientation for no good reason, because it's trendy. It's because he should hook up with Bucky because they got good chemistry. They've been together for a long time.
Really
So it's like I've been with my brother my entire life. Do you think no? I've had best friends for a very long time since we were children. Do we have any sexual attraction to each other? No. And it's like I just don't see a point to it. I have friends that are gay. I have friends that are bisexual. I have a few transgendered friends. I am very open. I believe in equality. These are morals that I stand behind. However, I don't think, it's just there's not a need to make someone something that they're not. There's no need for it. Just because of of that logic of why can't he be? It's like, it's not that he can't be, he can be. And wouldn't be completely against the idea, but it's just like the same thing goes for changing a character's race for no reason in a comic book or in a movie. I feel like a lot of times it doesn't feel natural and it feels forced because of we live in a world of extreme political correctness, and if you're not extremely politically correct, you are called a bigot or a misogynist, or you're called this and that, and it's sad, really. It's sad. I just, that being said, I wouldn't hate if they made Steve gay. I just says it's not within his character. It has never been within his character. This same controversy, if you guys remember, came up 2 or 3 years ago when it came to Peter Parker Spider-Man. When Andrew Garfield first came on the scene as Spider-Man, it's like, why not just make him gay? Well, it's like, why would you? He's never been
Andrew
gay.
Garfield
He's only
came
had
out,
girlfriends.
didn't he? Or...
No, he said he wouldn't be...
He's still dating things.
Yeah, he said he wouldn't be opposed to having a bisexual Spider-Man.
Anyway, guys, I believe that wraps up this episode of the Marvelite. Any last questions, comments, concerns, guys?
This is episode 33, by the way.
Chloe Bennett, a.k.a. Quake and Shake, doesn't think that Marvel will allow them to cross over with the TV series. Just putting that out there.
Probably not.
Yeah, she spoke her truth. She seemed kind of frustrated with that, but
the beautiful, talented Quake and Bake.
Yeah, but anyway,
Right.
guys, so that is a Marvelite number 33. This was your host, Michael. Signing off, we have Luke.
Later.
Nick.
Yep, I'll see you guys next time.
And Willard.
Deuces.